Ooh, that lovely, that loveliness, that lady lumps, her lovely lady lumps. Check it out. Spending all my money. She drives me crazy. Spending all my money. How many of y'all spending all that money? Woo! Spending all my money. I like a pretty face and smiling grace and the wiggle and the walk, then the giggle and the talk. Yeah. How many of y'all remember that song? Anyways, I'll spend money on a good chick. I'll spend that money on a good chick. Girl, I ain't got no money, but I can go get some. I ain't got no money, girl, but I can go get some. Shoot. Pretty thing, boy. Pretty girl, you so cute. Some of these, they just make you mad. You be mad because they so fine. You be mad at fire. You be like, why you don't mind? Can't shark. Be mad because a girl, you ever see a girl, she's so fine, you just you just looking like sunshine. You just pissed off every day. Especially if she like you. You mad because she like you. Like, oh, I like you. Like, what? Stop playing. First thing you say. Stop playing. You don't like me. Yes, I do. You're too pretty to like me. Come on. Stop playing. Don't play with my emotions like that. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. Straight up. Stop playing with me. Go ahead. Go mess with them other cats. I know you like. I know you. No, I like you. Look, I know you playing with me right now. Stop playing. I do. I like you. I'm talking like you in high school, bro. The girl who like you, you don't want her to like you because she's too pretty, and all the other hot boys like her, but she don't like them. And we're like, well, why don't you like them? Because they get on my nerve. They get on my nerve. When you get older, she still like you, and you never gave her a chance, and she still like you. You thought she was going to grow up to be a hoe, and she grew up to be a lady and a half. She grew up to be a star. You thought she was going to be a hoe because she was pretty. She went and got herself together. Boom. About 24, 25 now. Thick. Natural hair. Love her mama and daddy. Being in church singing. So doggone thick that dress she got on can't hide it. You mad as fire because you ain't did nothing about it. And she still ain't got no man because she don't really like nobody. They be trying to get on. She be like, I'm not about y'all silliness. Y'all don't. And she's still looking at you. But you don't want her because you think she's going to break your heart. Till finally she just approached him and be like, look, $36, $24, $36, all yours. What do you want to do? I'm not going to ask you again. You better break yourself, though. You better forget all that stupidity that you knew before and get on that. Pull around and marry her ass. Every time she make love to you. every time she make love to you, she be making you promise her you won't leave her. Don't leave me. And you be thinking that way, but I'm the average dude. She's like, listen, I don't care. Just don't leave me. Don't talk that. Don't. What you need? You hungry? You need some hamburgers? Is that it? Don't leave me. See, social media will have you think that this type of woman doesn't exist. Social media would make you think that all women are hoes and all of them wants to be like the Kardashians. Social media will deceive you into thinking that there are no God-fearing women in this world. And let me tell you something, if that was true, God would blow this whole planet up and restart it all over again. God would not have a bunch of heathens be born. And the last time that happened, well, let's just say they all went for a long swim. Being the average guy, the everyday dude, the guy who ain't looking for no smoke, God loves that man. He loves that man. Because God knows he can create with that man. He can create something beautiful out of it. So for you women who are thinking that this man does not exist, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't think that that guy ain't out there. Because he is. Hell, you probably know him. You probably have been looking at him for years. Some of y'all go to church to try to meet this image of what you think God, has for you. God be like, your man is not going to be 6'2". I'm sorry. He's going to be about 5'7". Built like a linebacker. Built like a dang linebacker. Can punch a hole through a kitchen counter in a heartbeat. That's what your man's going to look like. See, some of y'all women don't want to be ladies. I don't get it. Some of you want to show off everything that you have to everyone. I'm confused by that. Everybody has seen cooch before. Your cooch is not going to make the world any better. We've seen it before. Millions of times. Point and click. There's cooch. You want to parade yours about? It's just not a good thing to do. I used to tell this young chick I knew, I used to tell her, just get one man. She wanted to be a hoe, but I used to try to convince her to stop being a hoe. But she liked being a hoe. Hopefully she'll grow out of it. But there's a danger in living that way. You look at Shade Room and World Star. Everybody's twerking to get attention. And all these women want all this attention. And when they get this attention, they just destroy the very fabric of what a woman should act like. All these women want this attention. Look at my tits. Look at my ass. It's like we haven't seen tits and ass before. Some of these women are gorgeous, but their minds are destroyed. They're just destroyed. I've seen some beautiful, I know some gorgeous women. They are destroyed on the inside. They are destructive as heck. And then they let people around them destroy them even further because they think that's the way they're supposed to live. And a lot of them want to blame something that happened to them when they was a kid. And it's just like, well, wait a minute, that's not your story. That's a lot of people's story, male and female, but that's not your story. You had everything. You had people that loved you. Nobody was doing anything to you. You grew up a regular person, and then you just decided to be destructive. You can't lean on somebody else's story and then go and act destructive and want sympathy. Nobody, those things that happen to those people at that age, that's not something to brag about. It's just like the people running around talking about they got cancer and they don't. It's like getting cancer is nothing to brag about. I got family members who got cancer. Not one of them went on social media to talk about they got cancer. Not one. Some of them died from it. It's just not the thing to do. So these stories that are happening to these young men and young ladies, and this is why their head is messed up. You can't latch on to that story and say because it happened to them, it either happened to me or it didn't happen to you. You have no excuse. You wanted to be a trifling individual, and that's the way you want to live, and you're going to die that way. I'm telling you, ladies, get out of the way of social media. Social media, I don't think everybody should have an Instagram account. I just don't. I could be old-fashioned. I am. I'm an old guy. I'm old. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do what you want. Nobody cares what I do. Nobody gives a dang on what I think. Who cares? Who cares about what I think? Just some guy sitting in his apartment, spewing some kind of nonsensical. I have a fist pick, for God's sakes. Not sure what this has to do with God, but I have a fist pick. You gonna listen to a guy with a fist pick? I have a fist pick. Don't listen to me. Go out there and just, turn up. What, get lit? Is that the new word? Let's get lit. Come on. Let's all stay lit. You want to get lit? Let's stay lit. You ever find a lady and she's so much of a lady that you don't recognize it? Do you ever see like a lady poised, like, boom, and you just scared? You like, that is a lady. I'm not going nowhere near that. Because she's going to hit me with some knowledge. She's going to educate me on what I should and should not do, how to talk to her. You don't talk to a lady like that. What do you mean, yo? Hey, yo, how you doing? Yo, who you talking to? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, excuse me, lady. My name's Jennifer. How you doing today? I'm fine, Miss Jennifer. No, it's just Jennifer. It's just fine. We're the same age. Okay, Jennifer's fine. What's your name? Oh, shoot, my name James. All right, James. How's your day going? Oh, it's going fine, Jennifer. I was just looking at you. You some kind of wonderful looking. Well, thank you very much, James. And you're quite handsome yourself, sir. So what are you up to today? Oh, shoot, we was just out here, enjoying the sun and things like that. Okay, yeah, it's a beautiful day in the park today. You're having fun. You got some people out here? Yeah, my cousin, them name over there. Okay, yeah, I know some people over there too. You from here? Yeah, shoot, I'm from here. Shit. I've been a few places though. Yeah, you look like you travel. That's what's up. Okay. Yeah, you travel, Miss Jennifer. Yeah, every now and then I get around. My job has me going, to different places every now and then. And I like to do some traveling. Oh, yeah? Where you like to go to? Go in and out of New York, and then I go into Chicago every now and then. I like it out there. Every once in a while, I go to England. I got some things going on over there. A little timeshare in France. Stuff like, oh, wow, you be out of the country. You was, yeah. I've been to Guam. I've been to Barbados. I've been to, Mexico City. I get around a little bit, just hanging out and doing stuff. What's your favorite place you like to go? Oh, shoot, man. Last time I went somewhere, I was like, it's like 10 miles from here. Yeah, it's a little spot we go to eat. Okay. You like to do some eating? Oh, I like to hang out. All right, James. Well, James, you got a young lady in your life? What's going on? What? I'm going to go back over here and, talk to the people I came with. And if you would like to call me, here's my card. Give me a call sometime, and maybe we'll go to that spot 10 miles down the road that you like. Okay, Jennifer. Yeah, that sounds cool. All right. It's nice to meet you, sir. Shake your hand and be out. That's not usually how it goes. It's usually a lot rougher than that. However, conversations like that should be had. You'd be surprised, the woman that's looking at the dude who ain't paying her no mind. When I say she's looking at you, I don't mean she's looking at what you're wearing. I mean, she's been watching you. She see you all the time. And she just look at you. Watching what you do, watching your mannerisms, watching the way you stand, how you talk to other people. She just watches you and just keeps her eye on you. Been watching you for a year. Ain't said nothing to the inkling of I'm interested, just watching. Take her time and watch. But then one day she just runs up on you and says, hey, what's going on? Shoot, I was just hanging out, blah, 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 doing so and so. And I just thought, maybe I could take you to dinner. And of course, you're going to be in a state of shock because you're like, I'm being pranked, right? Nah, I want to take you to dinner. Where would you like to go? Nah, you playing. No, not at all. I tell you what, you give me a call, and when you want to go to eat somewhere to eat the dinner or, lunch or something like that, give me a call. That'd be it. Straight up, I didn't have women do that to me. I had a young lady call me. I never called her, but she was watching me for the longest. And I know she was watching me because she knew my name and I never spoke to her before. And I was kind of in shock the way she approached me because, she saw me and was like, hey, Tone. I was like, hey, don't know who you are, but I've seen her before. And light-skinned, thick girl, looked real nice too. I have no idea why I didn't call her. I guess I was kind of uncomfortable with the way she approached me, which wasn't harmful at all. It was just the fact that I'm not used to women approaching me. And she's like, hey, Tone. I was like, hey. She was like, she struck up a small conversation, yada, 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 and was like, here, take my number down. All right. And when she told me to take her number down, I thought she was on some business type tip. She was young, cute. And I was like, all right, so what do you want to talk about when I call you? Like what's going on? I'm still thinking this is a business transaction or something about to happen. She was like, no, just call me. I never called her. Never did. She's like, nah, just call me. I was like, call you about what? And it didn't dawn on me until like 5 minutes into the conversation. She's hitting on you. And she did it in the smoothest way, but I wasn't used to being hit on. So I was like my whole game was off. So instead of me doing the hitting, she hit on me, gave me her number. I put it in my phone and I was knocked off kilter. Because I wasn't prepared for it. 2, my mind was really somewhere else. And 3, I just didn't see it coming. So I was really unprepared to, and I kept saying, like, do you want to talk about, the play? Because we were in a play and listening to music. She's like, nah, just call me. And she kept saying it. Just call me for whatever. And, which is, I want to get to know you. But I never called her. I never got to know her. I can't even remember her name. I'm saying a lot of times guys miss the mark on a good woman because, one, we're so used to getting rejected. We're so used to the walk of shame. This is why when you're at a place where there's a lot of people and you see somebody cute, you're afraid to walk over and talk to her because everybody will see her tell you no. And then you'll come back looking stupid and every guy knows you just got turned down. Not only that, this is another reason why the walk of shame is so bad. And I'm not talking about the walk of shame that, that goofy stripper has going on after she gets screwed. I'm talking about when men or women get rejected and they have to walk back across the floor and everybody saw them get rejected by this person. The problem with that with women is if a woman rejects you, she's usually around a bunch of other women, then everybody who saw you get rejected, every woman, no woman wants to deal with you. Because you chose that girl. You didn't choose them. They didn't get the chance to reject it. This woman got the chance to reject you, and now she's laughing at you. Her and her goofy friends that don't understand that it's even more hurtful to laugh at the guy, and you wonder why a guy gets upset and starts calling you names because you just rub it in even further and clown the guy instead of just, being nice about it and saying, no, thank you, and not clowning him. You know what I'm saying? So when a woman actually does hit on you and she's super cute, got a lot going on, you just don't know how to take it because you're like, you think you're being pranked. You think somebody's messing with you. You think they're going to turn around and laugh at you after it's all over. Okay, so this is what happened to me in middle school. I was in 8th grade. I had moved to a different school, and I hated it because I had friends in my old school. This happens to kids all the time. And I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to the new school. These kids are going to laugh at me. She was like, no, you'll be fine. Don't worry. You'll find friends. They'll like you. I go to the new school. The 2 popular girls in the school, I remember their faces and I remember their names. Charmaine and Lisa. Charmaine was a cute one, but Lisa had the big booty. Nonetheless, Charmaine did too. I remember that girl. She was so pretty. Anyway, so I liked Charmaine, but Charmaine had this tag along named Lisa. And basically, what happened first day of school, they saw me and, they saw me walking in the hall and they approached me and they was just like, you are so cute. You are so handsome, yada, yada, yada. And I was, I was like, cool, yeah, they dig me. I go home, Mom, I thought I made some friends. This girl likes me. Everything is all good. My mom said, I told you it was going to be all right. I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm a cool guy, which I really wasn't. I was not cool at all when I was a kid. So I go back to school the next day. They see me. Everybody's in the hall and they clown me. They're like, you are so ugly. Like just as loud as they were. So all the kids saw it and everybody started laughing at me. I never forgot it. I remember what I had on that day. I remember what they were wearing. I remember. It scarred me. And it tainted my vision on women, period. And it took me a while to realize that not every woman is like that. But it's a shame because it didn't just stay with me in the 8th grade. It ever since then, I've always had a nervous reaction to a woman approaching me. Even today, a chick that likes me, my first reaction is, and I've turned some chicks off doing that. One chick was staring at me like she wanted to get to know me, and I got upset that she was looking at me. I just looked at her like this and she just turned her head and that was it. No words exchanged. But this came from stuff that happened to me when I was a kid. I was so used to being called big nose, ugly, black, darky, and I had a big Don King. I mean, I was just so used to my complexion, my nose, the fact that I was poor, all those things counted against me. Even the kids who were dark-skinned, poor, lived in the same apartment complex as me, had noses just as big as me, would call me black, poor, and big nose. It just kept going, And it's just like, you're poor, you live literally next door to me and your nose is big as mine. What the hell are you talking about? But I had to learn to, deal with it. And once I got out of my teenage years and pretty much became a young adult, that just started to change. My color, my dark skin color was favored, and women were tracking me down because, I was an athlete and, I had an 8-pack. I could run like the wind, so they were looking past the fact that I had a big nose. Some of them even liked it. Like, I like your African features. So it took years to get past what those girls had done to me. And I actually saw them when I was in high school. I saw them like 5 years later. And when I saw them like 3 years later. And I saw them at a party. And I saw Lisa, and Lisa just looked at me and, she started to laugh again. Nobody was going to do anything to Lisa because she had a big ass brother and he was in high school and you didn't want no part of that guy. Okay. But Charmaine walked up to me because she recognized me and she walked up to me and she said, I'm so sorry that we did that to you. Even though she apologized to me, my whole thing was, why would you do that to someone? Like, what did you get out of that? And while we were after I came home and told my mother, and my mother just, I just cried in her arms the next day after those girls had done that to me. She was like, Tony, don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. She was telling me about the future. She's like, when you grow up, don't worry about it. You'll have a lot of attention. And that's exactly what happened. But I cried like a baby. Well, I was a baby, but I cried so bad because it hurt. And then I had to go right back to the school and look at all these kids who clowned me and laughed at me. And, I couldn't get around the fact that I was poor. I can't get around the fact I have a big nose. I can't get around the fact that I'm dark skinned. These things I just couldn't help. I was even one of those people who were like, I wish I could bleach my skin. I wish I could become light skinned. Now, there was a whole movement of people who actually were doing this back in my day. Well, now it's even bigger now. If you go to Jamaica right now, bleaching your skin is a huge thing because white is more favored, and lighter skinned black people are more favored than darker skinned black people, which is a damn shame. But nonetheless, I was in that mind state simply because of the people around me constantly reminded me that my color was a bad thing. My skin color was ugly, but they were all black, poor, just like me. All our ancestors were slaves. What are you all talking about? You know, all the neighborhood was the same except one white couple that lived on the 7th floor. And you couldn't tell them they wasn't black. They were the coolest white couple ever. But you couldn't tell them they wasn't black. Everybody else in my hood was black and poor. Everyone. But they loved it. Was crabs in a barrel. We're going to put you down and make us look better. And that's exactly what they did. So, nonetheless, you can't get around the way you look, except for, I mean, I got a cool ass haircut now, but you know what I'm saying? I had a really ugly haircut back then. I just wore it wherever, you know, just kind of out. And, you know, eventually I start, you know, doing something with it, you know, once I got into the military and things along that line. But so it's just a shame that the way people put other people down, you know, to make themselves look better. And it didn't even make them look better. They just needed somebody to pour their pain out onto. I was never one of those people like, yeah, you look like, you know what I'm saying, somebody stepped on your face just to make me feel better. If somebody stepped on your face, I'd be like, yo, bro, somebody stepped on your face. Somebody actually stepped on your face. That's a fact, you know. Wouldn't do it to make me feel better. It just doesn't work like that for me. So I'm just saying some of the things that we go through as children still live with us. You know, I could remember Charmaine if I saw her today. I could probably remember Lisa if I saw her today too. And I still wouldn't speak to her. Charmaine, I would speak to her because she apologized. And what's really crazy is her boyfriend and I became best friends. He was like, you know what? They did the same thing to me. And now Charmaine is my girlfriend. I was like, really? He was like, yeah. His name was Willie. He was a real cool dude. And he moved away. I never saw him again. Willie was real fast, too. He could run. Always admired him. I was like, wait, now you're one of the coolest kids in school. After these two jokers clowned you? He's like, yeah, that's my girlfriend now. I was like, crazy. And then, actually, because I get picked on a lot. Another thing is there was a white dude named Mark. I know his last name, too. I just looked him up. He's like an educated dude now. He probably wouldn't remember me in the 8th, 9th grade, but nonetheless, his name is Mark. And Mark said, if anybody messes with you, you let me know. He was like he wasn't a big dude, but he was a, you know, big built guy. You know what I'm saying? And he was a really, really, really cool dude. And I was just like, why would he do this for me? Because he saw me get crushed. Everybody saw it. What up? Copper Skin, what's happening? Because he saw me get crushed. And when he saw that, he felt bad for me. So he was just like, anybody mess with you, you let me know. Nobody ever messed with me. And he had a cool girlfriend named Kim. She was hot. White chick, too. She was hot. But like I said, some things happened to us when we were kids. It's hard to live down, and they affect us today. And that was one of the worst things that happened to me as a kid, as far as females are concerned. Yeah. Yeah, boys versus women for sure. You know what's really something? When I was younger, women were attracted to me. Now, I never went and did anything with a full-grown woman, but of course, you don't know when you're 14 years old that it's probably better that you date people older than you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There were women, like I used to go and hang out with this lady. She was like in her 30s. And my mom knew. My mom didn't care. Like I never slept with her or anything, but her name was Cheryl. And I'd be like, Mom, I'm going to, Cheryl's house. And she's like, fine. So I would go over to her house, which was right, it was right down the hall. And I would just go over there and talk to her. Her daughter was way too young for me to actually date, but I think her daughter was like around maybe 10. I was like 14. So I really wasn't interested in her daughter. But I guess as we grew, she could have been in our age group to 10. She was like 10 or 11. But I was interested in her mom. I was like, yeah, you're cute, but your mom is a full-grown woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mom's got understanding. But she was also pregnant, too. And I kind of felt bad for her because I never saw the dude who her mom was, into. But I'm just talking. I got a paper to do. I'm going to start my paper. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. Well,